So yeah, you just met this in a dark tunnel.
Ghouls!
Hey, it's Jabba's.
Wonderful ghouls!
It's Jabba's cousins.
Yeah, you kind of look like him.
Yeah. You are now fighting Helgedat ghouls. They're immune to Mind Blast and Psy Search. And funny enough, you're now asked, do you wish to use the Summer Sword against them?
No!
Didn't think so. So yeah.
It's too great a risk to start using that sword around now. So, we still have the Dagger of Vashna, right?
Yeah. And I guess you can still use that.
Yes, let's do that then.
So yeah, but that still means they're immune to all psychic powers, and you can't use the Summer Sword, so that means your combat skills should be down at 32, right? Right. Okay, roll a die.
1.
Okay.
Crap.
You're surprised by the creatures as they lunge out of the darkness and claw at you. You try to retreat back, but one of their filth-ridden claws managed to scrape your arm. You lose 3 endurance points. You jump back and then charge forward, planting your fist into one of their swollen faces.
Okay, and by the way, we are down to 6 health points.
Oh, that means that you now gain 20 health points.
Okay.
Okay?
And you
charge.
remember to add new health points every time you took a choice?
Yes.
Good.
Alright. We have 26 health now, but I still say we take some of our potions and our fruits and whatever they
let's
is.
save it.
Yeah.
Alright.
But your healing surge is spent for this book now.
Alright.
Okay, so yeah. You feel the putty-like flesh sag under the force of your punch. You're pretty sure you cracked its skull, but it's still alive. Or whatever this thing is. Roll a die.
10.
Then you circle kick it and smack it into the wall with bone-shattering force, killing it. Its friend comes at you and slashes it with your claw, but you grab the arm, twist it around, and forces it into its own face. Your opponents
Stop
are
hitting
dead.
yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Quickly you continue along the tunnel, anxious to put some distance between yourself and the bodies of your foes. You have covered less than 100 yards when the tunnel splits. One passage slopes gently downwards, the other steeply upwards. Do you wish to go up or down?
I say we go up, but
I agree, let's go up.
Up it is.
Up it is. The passage services a staircase that ascends to the surface. You climb the stairs and emerge in a gloomy square flanked by 4 tall towers. Do you wish to use divination?
Yes.
At once you sense that you have stumbled into an area of the city that is the domain of Dark Lord Taktol
God damn it!
and his followers. You scan the shadows.
God damn it!
You scan the shadows and windows and notice several pairs of watchful eyes regarding you with naked hatred. What is with this book? Or these books?
Okay, I've been watching a lot of Radio Dead Air, so that could be literal naked hatred. An angry naked guy will come charging at us in a moment.
Well, yeah, from 1,000 windows, angry nudists are staring at you. Slowly you back away from the square, but you're taking less than a dozen steps when a line of creatures begin to emerge from a doorway to your right. They grow menacingly, their feral eyes aglow with bloodlust. Roll the die, and just a moment. No, we'll just roll the die.
8.
You escape from the enemy and hide in a narrow alley, where you wait in silence. When you're sure that you're not being followed, you continue through the streets of this evil metropolis. The way ahead is lit momentarily by an exploding fireball that showers this sector of the city with a rain of sparking cinders. In the brief light of the explosion, you now see that the street along which you are walking is a cul-de-sac that ends abruptly at a square tower. A creature, its face and body enveloped in a shroud-like robe, stands guard at the entrance to this ponderous building, clutching in its vulture-like claws a stave of iron that crackles with magical blue flames. The sound of howling screams echoes in the darkness behind you, warning that you are being pursued. Rather than turn and face your pursuers, you decide to take refuge in the tower, but to do so, you must first deal with the guard. Do you wish to use your bow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we are in a good position.
Quickly, you draw an arrow with your quiver and set its notch to your bowstring. The light of the fireball explosion has long since faded, and in the gloom you find it difficult to pinpoint your target with great accuracy. Roll a die, and you may add... Well, of course, first of all, you may add the 5 because you are good at bowmanship and all that. And you may add 3 for hunt mastery. So that's 8. You may add 8.
Ah, 17 then.
I think Legolas would be proud of us.
Your arrow flies straight and true. Well, you have the advantage of dark vision at this point, so yeah. Hitting the creature squarely in its head and killing him instantly. The cries of your pursuers are growing louder, so you shoulder your bow quickly beneath your rope and run towards the entrance to the tower. You stoop over the body of a dead guard and search quickly through the pockets of his robe. They contain 2 items, a black key and a black cube. Do you wish to use divination?
Yes.
Yes, quickly.
You recognize the black cube to be a Natsiranim power crystal, an explosive device that can only be activated by creatures of the Darkland. If you decide to take this item, it is possible that it could detonate and kill you at any time.
Yeah, we are not going to take that one.
Well, do you take the black key?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait. I need to ask. You say activated by creatures of the Darkland, right?
Yeah, that means not us.
Yeah, but I was just going to ask now here, Warlord. Does it mean activated since there is a natural process, or is it just the vicinity of creatures of the Darkland that does it? Because
Well, it's probably activating, I would guess, magic. So at any point someone could cast a spell at you and then your pocket will blow up.
Okay, because I was just thinking about if it is just the presence that
That
does
sounds
it.
like a hot pocket.
In any case, you take... Yeah,
I'm just reminded of the story about the guy with the portable meth lab that exploded in his pants.
Why would you carry around a meth lab?
I don't know. They call it shake and bake.
Oh god, that. In any case, you take the black key. You pause just long enough to drag the dead guard's body into the shadows and then slip quickly into the tower. A semicircular passageway opens onto a hall, where a wide steel staircase descends to a torchlit passage. Cautiously, you proceed poised to react to the slightest sound. You hear nothing. The stair and the passage beyond it appears deserted. You follow the passage for nearly an hour before you happen upon something that raises your flagging spirit. At a junction with 2 other tunnels, your eye is drawn to a large emblem that has been chiseled skillfully out of the granite wall. It is a depiction of a snake's skull with 2 fly-like eyes surrounded by a circle of fire. At once you recognize this carving. It is the personal emblem of Dark Lord Gnoke. You study the sign. It must mark the start of a tunnel that leads to the Imperial sector of the city. With your pulse racing, you set off along the torchlit tunnel. You have not gone very far when you see that it ends at a large steel door, guarded by 2 monstrous creatures clad in heavy plate mail. A smaller door appears to your left, and as you draw level with it, you reach out and turn its handle. The door is locked. Do you wish to use the black key?
Yes.
Yes.
You insert the key and twist it. The locks click and the door swings open silently to reveal a stunning sight. A large, low-ceilinged room lies beyond, filled with colossal tanks of glass that bubble and seethe with all manners of sorcerous fluids. Glass tubes loop and contort in curious shapes, connecting the tanks and enabling their content to flow from one to another. The air is heavy with the stench of acids and harsh chemicals, and the walls are lined from ceiling to floor with stoppered jars, each one filled with a brightly colored powder, liquid, or gas. And there's a picture.
Wait, we entered Merlin's lab.
Where you are?
Oh dear. Can
More
anyone...
like Frankenstein's lab.
Yeah. Merlin would not keep living creatures in large...
I'm pretty sure that thing is dead, dude.
Who never knows.
Maybe it's
But,
undead.
yeah.
Does that mean we'll have to re-kill it?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time you had to do that,
Oh.
to make it re-dead. On one workbench, a curious arrow-shaped rod is suspended in a field of electrical energy. The crackling fire arcs between 2 vertical plates of metal, making the arrow glow with a strange phosphorescent light. You take a closer look and see that a lever protruding from the bench itself controls the flow of power. Then you notice that behind the bench there is another door. Do you wish to examine the rod or the door?
The door.
Let's examine the rod first before we leave the room. Before we contemplate leaving the room.
Give it here.
Yeah,
Oh.
let's just take a look at the rod.
The rod is a Setya Dulaga, a poisonous arrow imbued with magical accuracy.
Just give me a moment. I want to write that down. Magical arrow. Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
Magical.
yeah, you can keep it in your quiver. By the way, how many arrows can a quiver normally hold?
That depends on the quiver size.
Okay.
I mean, there are some that can hold over 50.
Okay. Because it says here, if you have 6 arrows, you may discard one in favor of the Setya Dulaga. So apparently they expect you to only have 6 arrows at a time, which would make it a very
they've
small
never
quiver.
stated- well, they've never stated that.
Nope, they never stated that before.
So,
And-
So
Yeah,
I'm
just
just going to
discard.
ignore that.
okay.
Just as I
Hold
ignored
on.
that you suddenly had a restriction on special items. It's really annoying that they throw that in the middle of things.
Okay, I'm adding a magical arrow. And, oh, let me see. You say that it was magically imbued to that it could fire at enemies and...
It's a poisonous arrow with magical accuracy.
Okay. Poisonous arrow with magical accuracy. Okay.
Yeah. Do you wish to leave the laboratory by the door located behind the bench, or would you rather go out into the corridor you just came from and approach the guards?
Shouldn't we examine the door first?
We probably should.
Let's have a look at the door.
Examining the door and leaving through the door is leading to the same section.
Let's just take that then.
Yeah. So, the door is not locked, and beyond it you discover another hall as impressive as a laboratory. It's an Imperial armory, and it's filled with row upon row of fearsome weapons. And you left the black cube behind.
Yes?
Good,
Yeah.
because if you hadn't, it would have detonated now.
Damn.
You walk through the armory, and I guess at this point you just hear a distant explosion or something like that. Or maybe it's just, or maybe there's like a checkpoint here that if you have a black cube and go through here, you're not supposed to be here, so therefore you blow up.
Huh.
I don't know. You walk through the armory and past an arsenal of fiendish devices that have yet to be unleashed on the allied armies of the Freelance, but are destined soon to be shipped to the battlefront to speed Gnok's conquest of Magnamund. A passage at the far end of the hall takes you past a barrack-like room where Naziranim sorcerers are busily engaged in the testing of new psychic weapons upon a group of grey-skinned slaves, mindless growth from the swarms of the Tadatisaga. Their pitiful screams of agony makes your blood run cold, yet you dare not intervene to prevent their torture for fear of jeopardizing your mission. Hurriedly, you climb a staircase that emerges at the foot of a monstrous tower, as black as death itself. 2 fireballs split upon the rolling black clouds, and in the brilliance of the explosion, you see a huge metallic flag flying from the tower's crystal spire. It is emblazoned with the emblem of Dark Lord Gnok, and at once you know that you have found what you're looking for. The Tower of the Damned. And there's a picture!
Good. Ugh.
This is the place.
And they're
Let
even
me-
throwing some fireworks up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, those would be the aforementioned fireballs.
I'm not going to lie here. The whole evil citadel here is more disturbing than Barad-dûr, but I still have to say Sauron has the advantage of him actually having a giant eye on his tower.
As your eyes move down the tower, you notice a large oval platform jutting out from the black steel wall. Perched on this platform is an Imperial slan beast, similar to the one that bore you to Ornak. It too bears Gnok's sign, branded deep in its livery hide. Its presence suggests that its master is in residence, and as you cross the courtyard and walk towards the tower door, your senses tingle in anticipation of the confrontation that awaits you within. As you climb the steps that lead to the door, it slides open to reveal the outline of a god silhouetted against the background of scarlet fire. In a claw-tipped hand, he holds several slivers or crystals, each a different color, and as you reach the top of the steps, he draws a silvery grey one and points it at your face. "State your name, minion of Ganesh," he commands, "or begone from the Tower of the Damned!"